Alright, I'm putting another video together on this mud fossil bone and tendon. This is actually got bone here. Everybody's been always asking, how come we never see any bones? Well, right now I'm getting ready to show you some bone. Okay, this is my drone, taken a few years back, a couple years back, I can't remember. And this is all tendon. And what it's sitting on, I'm going to show you here in just a minute, is the bone. Right here. That, oopsie, there is the bone it's sitting on. This whole thing runs out underneath here at kind of a gentle slope and goes underneath this, and this is attached to this. And I got some other video you haven't seen yet of this bone up close. Okay, if you ever taken a look at bone microscopically, it's got layers and pretty, gnarly looking. But that's what we got going on here. Okay, so I'm gonna get some other video up here, and I'll show you this bone right here that this is sitting on. Okay. Okay, I'm standing back towards that bone, looking away from me towards the ocean, towards this tendon. And I'm going to turn around here in a minute. See how this is all going vertical? They believe this is igneous intrusive basalt with horizontal and vertical columnar jointing. And I disagree 100%. That's just a theory. So, right back along in here is the bone. Let's see if I can get to where I'm at here. And in through here we got some interstitium. It looked like to me these round balls laying in here. There's the bone. There's that bone right there. Okay, this is, and see how it's got layering on it like a bone has even. And this is a mudstone. In other words, you can chip it off. It's kind of hard and brittle, but it's almost like a mud. Yeah, it's kind of bouncy. This is before I ever got the GoPro. This is when I just had the camera. There you go, a good look at it there. This is the bone that runs out underneath that tendon, and the tendon sits on top of this plate, this bone here. And this, I believe this is this is bone. If I quit bouncing around, it's got debris on top of it. There, that's about the best I can do with it. There's the bone. So this is mud fossilized bone. It's turned to a mudstone. Now I'm going to show you some really cool stuff on this tendon, okay? I don't think I got any more video of it here. Alrighty, I showed you what this is sitting on. I showed you that plate. That it's bone. I believe that 100% that's bone. Now look how these, they would call this igneous intrusive basalt with horizontal and vertical columnar jointing. In other words, this all happened underneath the surface. It was magma, and under extreme heat and pressure it formed all these patterns. It all separated and became what you're looking at here. Are you kidding me? For one thing, you wouldn't have vertical and horizontal, because they wouldn't be, how would they be identical like that? And how would it even be possible? Because this would all be one blob. But look at how these are just laying here. These, I called them noodles at one time because they look like noodles laying there in a pile, because they're just like a staircase of this horizontal, each individual pieces. This is tendon strapping. That's what this is. This is tendon strapping. This is biological. This is not from volcanism at all. And what they're saying about the basalt columnar, igneous intrusive, it's a theory. It's a theory, but they've said it enough times where they think it's fact. Look at how this is laying in here. But the theory is this was all magma trapped underneath the surface, and extreme pressure and heat formed these. That's the theory. It's called basalt columnar jointing. And that's a theory. I've researched this. All the testing was done over in Liverpool, England, and they took some small pieces and did pressure and pulled on them and pushed on them and made them do some crackling and stuff. And the things were only like 5 centimeters long or something like that. And then they'd say, "Oh well, here's our proof." Absolute insanity. I can't believe anybody believed this crud. This is just crud. This is bogus. This is not volcanism. Anyway, so what you're looking at is a tendon, a massive tendon, and this is how it's constructed, and it's sitting on top of the bone. It's layer after layer in here, and towards the bottom, it's really super tight, small stuff. And as it gets farther up, excuse me, it starts getting more vertical and more strappy, long straps. Down low, it's real. You're seeing what it is. Now you tell me, really a volcano? This is from volcanism and magma? Seriously? Does anybody believe this? I mean, for one thing, there's no working model on the planet. You'll never find it in real time. You'll never see it recreated again. I mean, it happens where we can't see it. Then how do you know it's happening? Well, it's our theory. Well, my theory is you're wrong, and Earth is actually created out of carcasses, like the Kolbrin Bible says, and land masses were built up by these carcasses that fell from the heavens, and that's exactly what we see when we look on Google Earth. These are not just some geological anomaly that in pareidolia and everybody's seeing cloud pictures. It is what everybody sees, the same thing. And there's these carcasses that the Earth is actually, land masses are built up on. I mean, look at this in here. This is absolutely fascinating. And I've been here quite a few times and done a lot of research in this. I got a lot of videos on it from years ago. Now, there's more missing than there is here. There's thousands of feet missing off the top, or maybe more than that. The muscle's all gone because this would have all connected to the muscle up on top. And there's just chunks missing. The stuff to the left is all missing. Most of it's just eroded and gone, or whatever happened to it. I mean, this stuff is laying in here horizontally, like just columns, little columns, laying there. I called them noodles at one time because they're just these strappy looking individual pieces, yet they're all stuck together. And magma did not form this under heat and pressure. I'm sorry, I do not buy it for 1 second. Absolutely not. Especially when you see the hexagonal vertical columnar jointing that we've showed before as tendon fibrils. Well, these are horizontal. And you're going to see now I'm going to show you the side here. See how it starts to stand up? The sides, which you're going to see here in a minute, are real crackly and real fine stuff. And then towards the center, you get the longer, strappy stuff starting to transition. See that there? This is what the sides are like. And this is what I find on the connective tissue up north, on the smaller connective tissue like pieces I find that are not any type volcanic intrusion. This is no feeder dyke. This is no volcanic intrusion. Now look at the inside of that compared to the outside. This is real tough stuff right here, and this is not too far off the bone. So, and I can't get down through the sand to see how it's laying on the bone. I can only speculate. But this is giving me an idea that towards the bone, it's a lot more of those, what you're seeing right there. And then as you get further and further away from the bone, it gets a lot more strappy and more stringy, tendinous type material to connect to the muscle. So I think that about wrap her up. You're getting a good idea of what's going on here by now. But this is not, in my opinion, absolutely not formed from magma trapped underneath the surface, and it formed all this under pressure. Yet you find other ones that they say, well, this is igneous intrusive too, but it just didn't create any columnar jointing because it wasn't the same amount of pressure. Oh, give me a break. It's like the stuff you find down in Peru and stuff like that, those tendons down there that they cut pieces off and made the city walls out of. Sacsayhuaman and stuff like that, Cusco, down in that area. All right, I'm going to bug out of here. Hope you enjoyed it. This is tendon. It's tendon sitting on a bone. And it is what it is. Don't know what else to tell you. Human mind really can't handle it because they've led us down a path where there is no God. It's just, and they have to follow government guidelines to get their peer review papers and to get their research money. If they don't follow the guidelines what the government sets for them and then mandates, they do not get paid. And if you take a look at the government guidelines, it's a godless guideline. They have to try to find something the government tells them to look for, and that's why you see the research go the direction it does, is because they have to follow the guideline or you don't get a paycheck. You starve to death. And they will do anything to get their money. That's the bottom line. Look how that's laying in there, just stacked on top of each other like cordwood. Yeah, that just all happened under heat and pressure. Magma trapped on the surface. Yeah, make up another story. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.